Culbreth. I represent District 5, and you know, one thing that I want to add, we talk about districts, and that's a confusing thing to most citizens. And I know when we start talking about me representing District 5, I get a lot of people think that it's conjunctive with the school district. But I actually, District 5 is county district. It encompasses pretty much all of District 1 school, a little bit of District 2, and over into District 5 schools. So there is a big difference in that. I represent, I've got one of the distinctions, I represent the most municipalities on this council. My district encompasses Inman, Capabella, Landrum, part of Greer, Lyman, Duncan, Welford, and none of us are a municipality, but close to it is Startex. So I get to talk with a lot of mayors and a lot of town council members. I want to kind of begin tonight. I thank you so much for taking the time to be actively involved and wanting to learn about your county government here and the way we do things. And I think this was rigged a little bit. My fellow council members, they got to get up here and talk about all the great things that they had done, and I don't know what's left, Jeff. Y'all got everything. Yeah, so I don't have anything to brag about, what I've done. But I've done some accomplishments. But I want to go back and touch on something that my brother Michael Brown talked about, was the fact that he's the only Democrat on council. And I want to tell you today that this is not a party-based organization here. We are local government. It does not affect me one way or the other, whether you're a Democrat, or Republican, or Libertarian, or whatever. I'm here to serve you. And the fact that I am a Republican makes no difference to me in local government. And the thing that I like about this, and something that you probably learned, it takes 4 of us to do anything. There's 7 members on this council, and there's nothing that will happen here that does not take 4 votes to accomplish anything. So I'm going to pretty much, say that we work together as a team, and I'm proud to tell you that we don't always agree on everything. We're human, and we represent a diverse community, but as a general rule, Jeff, we pretty much have unanimous votes on things because we work together as a team. And Michael Brown and I, we're on a couple committees together. We work great. It never comes up that I'm a Republican and he's a Democrat. We do socialize together some. We go out and break bread, and we like to talk politics, but I think sometimes I may be a Democrat and Mike may be a Republican. So that's not a big part of what we do. And I want to tell you, I don't think the other guys mentioned this, but we do this because we care and we want to be involved, and that's what impresses me. What was the number of the class that this is right here? How many?
This is the 9th class.
The 9th class. This is great. And you guys are taking time to learn, and you're being involved. And that's probably, we go back to the base of all of us up here. That's what it was all about. We wanted to be involved in our community. We wanted to help. We wanted to do stuff. And that's where it started for me. I don't know. I think I got involved in politics when I was 18 years old. I graduated high school in '72. I turned 18 in '72. I was in the first group of 18-year-olds that got to vote. And for whatever reason, I don't know why that changed in history, but early on, I know my teachers in high school, I think they went out of their way to make sure that we were educated on the voting process. So I took a lot of pride in the fact, and we go a little bit back to party politics. So I broke from tradition. I come from a family of old Southern Democrats, and it was just to give me that's what I would end up being. But for whatever reason, I looked at the different policies and the different theories, and the Republican Party at the time, served me well. Guys, I encourage you to take what you've learned here, apply it to your life. We've got a lot of things, and I think it's great. My fellow councilman, Jane Hall, was telling me earlier that she had some people that would be good for some boards that we have. We have a lot of opportunities here to serve in Spartanburg County. I mean, we've got board positions, we've got a lot of volunteer positions that are open, and we need help. And you know, you guys would be the perfect fit because you've taken that step to move forward, and I do thank you for it. Any questions of me? I think everything's been asked and everything may be answered, but yes,
I
ma'am.
have a question, not necessarily for you, but the entire county. What about the empty buildings around our county that the county owns that are sitting there ruining? One, for instance, is in downtown, the big downtown of Duncan, right across from the police department. It used to be a medical clinic, but you know, they've closed most of those around. I know they had one in I think Woodruff, I know they had one in Landrum, they had one in Duncan, I don't know where all.
You're talking about the county health department?
Yes,
Yeah.
the county
Well,
health
I got,
department.
and I don't know, this really hadn't, apparently it hadn't been made public yet, but we have been working on this for some time now. We have actually are in the process of turning that building over to the Youth Athletic Association and refurbishing that building.
In
So,
Duncan?
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So that will not be an eyesore.
Well, it
Much-
is
much-
currently
much
an
longer,
eyesore, but
yeah.
it's a perfectly good brick building that is just going to wreck and ruin, and every time I drive by it, it just nags at me.
Well, that's one of the things that's kind of been a pet peeve of mine, is well, apparently with you. And Jim, I don't know where we're at on that, but you know, we are in the process. You
We
want to
are,
elaborate?
and same with, we're in conversation with the city of Cowpens about the building that's in their downtown, about the opportunity that they may have to make good use of that building. So we've actually had all of them appraised to establish some kind of value. Obviously, we're not seeking to make money from them, but from the protection of the county's assets, we need to be very much aware of what the actual value is from a real estate standpoint. But we're making progress on several of them.
Yeah. Well, and I think, I know my philosophy is been a little different. When I first came on council, we had, you know, I had knowledge of several buildings and pieces of property that we had no use for. We wasn't doing anything with them. And one of them was some parkland over in the Welford area. I had the mayor and the council of Welford come to me, and we had this land that we weren't using, but they could, through their leverage through federal funds, they were probably able to receive some grants to do development that we couldn't do. So to me, it was, you know, it's a deal that if I'm not doing anything with it, and I have no immediate plans for the future to do anything with it, I'm good with letting someone that can take it and do something with it go forward. Now that, you know, when I first started talking about this, I was advised against these things because it quotes set of precedents. I'm not big on precedents. I'm for doing what's right for the people, and you know, and that goes back. You know, so that building over there that you mentioned, hopefully things will speed up a little bit more. But it's been in the process for a while. But as the old saying in government, sometimes the wheels turn slowly, and I can't make it happen overnight.
Yes,
but it is in the process. Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
watching the windows being
Yes, ma'am.
broken and trash in the area. So the county will be giving that building to some organization?
We are not going to quote give it away. The organization we're working now is a nonprofit, so we will be giving them a lease on that building for probably the large amount of $1 a year.
That's
So,
good. That's wonderful.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And the same thing we did with the parkland over in the Welford area. We didn't give it to them, but we leased that to them for a 20-year period for $1 a year. So,
Good
yeah,
enough.
we're not giving stuff away.
No, get $1 out of it.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Well,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I've lived here, like I say, 13 years. I've lived in 3 or 4 different states, moved around. I've been in 48 of the 50 states. I've seen the good and the bad all around. And I was surprised when I got my tax bill the other day that it went up 64 cents from last year.
Yeah, well,
So I thank everybody for.
They'll get it, they'll get it.
I did that. That's the one thing that I did, yeah. Something, I don't know, we haven't talked about this tonight. Everybody on this council, we have personal lives, we have families, and we're taxpayers just like you guys. And we have gone through, the last 3 years have probably been, or have been, the toughest economic times in history since the Depression. My parents were products of the Depression, and I used to wonder why they did certain things that were, just wasn't common to my generation, but I understand more about it now. The Spartanburg County Council, and I will speak for the other 6 members, we do take seriously the plight that we're all in, and we are working diligently to see that you get the best government at the best price that we can possibly give you. We will not sacrifice certain things. I mean, before we get through this recession, depression, whatever term you want to put on it, we may end up making some cuts in services and different things, but I promise you that this council, there's certain things that we will not touch. We will not cut public safety. That is a priority on all of our lists, and that's something that you don't have to worry about it. It is a very daunting challenge to be able to meet the needs that we have and do it with the budget we have, but I want to compliment our staff, our budget people. Spartanburg County, we've got close to 1,400 employees, and they're the greatest people in the world. I mean, and they're tax-paying citizens just like you and I, so they work to benefit their homes, and that's what we're here for. Anything else? Guys, I thank you deeply, appreciate you so much, and God bless each one of you.
Thank you.